Hey guys, this is the Doodle Ross and welcome to another episode. In today's video, I'll be doing a tribute to Master Kim Jung Gi. In the previous video, I had mentioned how I would be doing a piece called Carp Knight by him, and in this video, I would be drawing it for you, and helping me on my art journey is my friend Walt! Awesome. So I start off with a basic sketch, and all the while I've been staring a lot at Master Kim Jung Gi's art piece, and this is how it goes. So I take my time and just try to get the all proportions right. And of course I don't get it, but this is my attempt. I think I was watching a video by Richard Friend. He has done a wonderful tribute to Master Kim Jung Gi, and this is what he was talking about how he really wants his sketches to be just not so messy. And I think it's hard not to when you don't have like a clear-cut idea, or maybe that's part of your work process, like figuring it out on a piece of paper. So I am also using Pure Ref. This is a software, you must check it out, and it's completely free both for Windows and Mac, and it's definitely very helpful for any artist. You can actually just drag and drop a photo directly from Google and put it on the app Pure Ref, and that's what I've been using, and it's amazing to use as reference. So yeah. This is where I'm using the lasso tool, and using the lasso tool I quickly fill up using the paint bucket tool, and it makes the whole process easier. Like seeing the whole thing as a proper shape, as one shape, actually makes the whole thing a bit more easier. And yeah, I'm quickly filling. I'm using the clipping mask option from Photoshop. I think it's the same in all of the different softwares you use, whether it's Procreate or Clip Studio Paint or Ibis Paint or anything, they have the same features. So in Photoshop you usually press the Alt and there's that small some sort of like a spear, a living breathing spear inside the mouth of this carp. I believe I was looking for some references for this fish-like creature and I couldn't find anything. I searched for eel, I remember, and I see eel and everything, and nothing came close. So I guess this was something that Master drew from his own imagination. And since I consider myself more of a painter, because I don't have the patience to do the whole line work, this thing. That is my personal preference. I've seen people who are good at painting as well as good at sketching and proper line work. That's not me, unfortunately. So this is my approach. I usually get a decent enough line work which I can figure out, and then I just trust the process and how things will work out eventually. So right now I'm just trying to figure out the light and shadow areas where the light should come, then accordingly and this eye has bugged me a lot. A lot of things I learned while trying to pay tribute to Master Kim Jung Gi, and that is like I need to really work on my perspective. It's one thing to actually just draw any character from a single point of view only. You always have this character facing 3/4 or from a front facing thing. But once you try to draw the characters from different perspectives, then you have your knowledge tested, the anatomy, how well you understand the anatomy, how well you can simplify the shapes. And this is where I realized while paying tribute to Master Kim Jung Gi that I suck. That's the hard truth. And this also made me respect Master Kim even more. So the lady is almost like a mutation, or maybe she's wearing, I don't know, the shell of these guys, the shell creature, some sort of crab hybrid, I guess. And the crab has like a very goofy face, whatchamacallit, or an expression that it has. And even the carp below, this fish, has a very goofy expression. And this painting has been sped up to, I think, 8 or 10 times. And this whole painting took me around 10 to 15 hours. Not 15, I guess it was 10 to 12 hours. And some of the portions were not recorded, maybe later, because there was some error message from OBS about the memory was full. But yeah, I'll take you through the whole process about how I achieved the final piece. Also, a lot of thanks for all the last video that I did, the tribute to Master Kim Jung Gi. A lot of people watched it, and thanks to everyone for that. So if you haven't watched the previous video, maybe you can just go and give it a watch. I understand there was some issue with the whole sound because I wasn't using my mic, and it was also Diwali, the Indian festival, so there was a lot of crackers happening, so I had to adjust the sound accordingly. And what came later was something like a very robotic, monotonous tone. And now I have this mic I had, and hopefully the audio would be much better. So this girl, the other leg, is actually, right now I'm using levels to just get the whole shadows and highlights right. And I'm just painting over it. And as I'm doing it, I'm trying to figure out where the line work should be. So I remember at this point I wanted the whole painting to be more like a League of Legends artwork. At least I was aiming for, I was hoping for. I don't know how successful I was, but this is what I had the intention of making it more. And this is too early, never do this. I don't know what I was thinking, but using the lasso tool and getting the shapes right, I don't know, maybe it worked. Maybe I was in that moment and maybe this didn't work. Maybe this helped later in the thing. So I'm using some more of curves and also adjusting the brightness and contrast, because I I think I still haven't figured out where the light would be, or I had. So here I'm just trying to get the whole shape right. There was also another problem which I faced while doing this, and which was not pre-planning the whole sketch. At first, I wanted to actually use my brush pens and tried making the whole sketch like Master Kim Jung Gi had done, but what turned out was something that I could not use. So I decided to maybe just do it all from the whole beginning. And then I also wanted to maybe just take the whole sketch, since it is a black and white sketch, I could just paint over it, and that would be like a guide. But then I thought that wouldn't do proper justice to me paying tribute to the master. So this is my attempt at doing the whole thing right from the whole beginning, and it's up to you. I'll leave it up to you how successful I was. You can see how I'm trying to carve out the whole shapes. I'm just painting over and so I just got the whole line work done, and I just couldn't get the whole head of the carp right. I couldn't figure out, for the life of me, I just couldn't figure out how it should be. I think even at the end of the painting, I just had so much going through my head, and I just wasn't convinced enough. But after a point, I was like, I had to stop. I can't be obsessed about this whole thing. I just... So that line work you see, there are a lot of tattoos over the body, and that's what I'm trying to do. It also has some sort of like bandages or something wrapped around her hand. So I'm just painting that. This should have been done at the very last. I think these are all final touches that one should give. But yeah, I'm learning. Slowly but surely. At this point I was not sure about the whole size of the canvas. So you can see from the different layers I have, I'm just painting over one layer, and then here I was trying to give an outer glow effect on the night girl. And also the girl has her boobs sticking out, but I decided to maybe cover it up, because even my mom watches my stream. So that's why I had to cover it up. But hey, nothing against nudity or anything. It looks cool. This is my favorite piece by Master. So I think I have decided the whole light source, and it's coming from the, I guess from this is from the left side of the painting. So now I'm deciding over the whole shadow. Now as for brushes, I don't even know what to tell you about brushes, because when I had started out painting digitally, just like traditionally, I was obsessed with brushes. So I was forever collecting brushes. Whatever money I made, I would usually invest it in brushes. And over time, I've collected like lots of them. I don't even know the name of the artist. There is a brush that I'm using by Louis, and her brushes are awesome, of course, and they are free for download on our website, so you can definitely check it out. And then there is this brush pack which I absolutely love, which I found on the internet, and this was by, I don't even know, maybe it's by Ross Draws, I guess, but I'm not sure. And some Chinese artists which I absolutely admire. I have some brushes by them as well. And for brushes, I'm not I don't know, like sometimes I usually use a flat brush and a round brush, and they do the trick. And sometimes I just like to experiment around. So this painting was me experimenting around. So you can see from the layers now, I'm trying to like segregate the whole different aspects of the painting. So line work, this is definitely not going to be the final line work. This is just me trying to get the whole shapes right in front of my eyes. Sorry for that sound. And I was not quite sure about the whole color scheme, what should I be using for hair especially. And at this point in time, I was quite sure about the background color, which should be yellow, because the contrast between a brassiere, the brush she's wearing, and the background actually looked good. Purple yellow. So, but yeah, it's subjected. I'll probably change it maybe later. I don't remember. Actually, I do. But yeah, you need to figure it out by watching. So you can see the painting is actually coming together. I'm getting the nails right. And I think at this point in time, paint over, yeah. At this point in time, I had a lot of references by, and I don't know what I just did. Okay, just changing the hue and saturation. This looks strangely very, contrast has gone up. I guess I must have used curves or levels to like even make it even darker, the shadows to be more darker, to generate a good contrast. Because yeah, actually this looks better than what I was working on. So at this point in time, I had a lot of art by Dowley open on my system. I was going through a lot of Dowley art and also a lot of League of Legends artwork, because I absolutely admire the art these guys do. And now I'm just trying to get a solid, good, crisp outline for the whole thing. I want it to be like a proper shape. I'm just painting over. It's actually looking good. I'm definitely getting somewhere. Like the expression on her face. I think in the original, what Master had done, she had a bit of a frown, but I decided to maybe change it. Like I wanted this painting to be a little more vibrant, I guess. Because this whole piece that Master has done has a bit of an undertone, a dark undertone. But that's just how I see it, of course. Subject to change depending on the viewer. But I want it to be more in a goofy comedic way. So that's what I'm doing. I guess this is a mistake which I still do, that is zooming into and getting into the details. I think I still have a lot of work to do on the carp that this girl is sitting on, and instead I decided to focus on working on the but I guess that's also, but whatever turned out later is also fine. So I guess this is also part of the whole process, and this technique has also worked out. But if I have to do this whole piece again, maybe redo the whole piece, I wouldn't be making that mistake, because I guess if I have to paint it again, I would probably work on the whole piece together like I'm doing now. Yes, that actually looked very dark, so I'm glad I fixed it. I actually completed this painting quite a while back, maybe a week back or something, but I didn't just want to put up a process video. I wanted to actually go through the whole of how I made the painting, like different processes I used. And I hope some of the points can be useful, helpful to you guys as well. So right now I'm just trying to get that. I was not particularly happy with the black and white fish. So I'm looking a lot, squinting my eyes at the navigator and trying to figure which color would actually look good. So that's what I'm doing, and now you can see I'm back to now it's time for some mix-up brush, I guess. Yeah, looks like now I'm back to using normal brush. I'm using the whole liquefy tool, and that is such a powerful tool. Instead of painting over and trying to get the whole thing right, this is actually quicker using the liquefy tool. And then it's back to painting over. So there were a lot of mounts over the head of this carp, we should say, and I was trying to get those mounts right for the shadows and light to react properly. And I don't know how successful I was, but I challenged. This was a big challenge and I suffered a lot. And it's probably because I think I need to work more on my values, I guess. And also how forms react to different light source. Yeah. So as I was talking about the brushes, right now I'm just using a flat brush. And if you want to like really get good brushes, like I guess the best brushes, and this is a little bit of photo bashing because I really wanted to just get done with the whole scales. I didn't want to get into drawing scales, so I grabbed some scales from Google. Then I used the whole mask tool, and then here I'm trying to figure out the different blend modes which would look great, and I think soft light actually worked well, and then just painting over it. So it makes the whole process convenient and easier, faster. This is one advantage of you being painting digitally. So here I'm trying to just get the background right. I wanted to have like a proper shape that was leading to the painting. And that's how I think, I guess. I'm just thinking all over the place. It's like 1 minute I'm here, 1 minute I'm there. So looking back at this painting, I can actually figure out the way I think. It's like something's wrong with my head. But that's how I've always painted. Sometimes when I get stuck at a place or I feel like some ideas that I'm working on is not just working out anymore. So I move to a different piece of the painting, like I'm doing right now. I'm moving to different fence now at the tail, and then I guess I'll be coming back to that. The tail of that fish, crayfish, I guess. And now I'm back to painting. So I think I'm trying to give it a more something like a smile. Yes. Yeah. Okay, that looks cool. texture brushes and all brushes, because I wanted to have some sort of like texture over the head of this carp. And it doesn't look funny, it actually looks creepy. And this is the hair, of the girl. In Master's version, it's just a small strand of hair that she has. But right now, I was not quite sure like how to work on that. And I'm again using the whole liquify tool. And look at me, I'm still struggling with the head of the, okay. So adding textures. So I have again got some photos from, I think, Pexel, I guess. Yeah, that's the website. And they have like stock free images. So there are no copyright issues, I guess. So I got it done using layer mask. I'm just trying to build up more contrast over it. It's actually looking good after. So using this technique, I guess it makes the picture look not just flat, it adds certain more depth to it. Look at this. This actually looks interesting. And I guess I'll be using a lot of mixer brush now. A lot of it. So at this point in time while I was painting, I think I was very tired. I wasn't taking a break. And I was no longer using League of Legends and Dowley as reference anymore. I think now I have no clue what I'm doing. It's just like I'm completely zoned out. I'm just in the zone. I'm painting what works. And I wanted to give a hat. I remember at one point of time while I was painting, I wanted the carp to have like a hat and maybe write something on top of it, or maybe add a texture or something. But let's see what I do to that. This is where OBS crashed, and later as I was watching the video, I think I felt like the whole white background would actually look good. So that's what I did. I guess I cut off the background because something about the yellow wasn't making the fins stand out. Now here the fins are actually standing out and it looks even better. And that's the hair. There's something about white makes it look very cool. And since I couldn't get the mounts right over the head of the carp. Anyway, so this is what the final piece looks like. Thank you so much for watching the video, and this was my attempt at paying tribute to Master Kim Jung Gi. And if you have liked the video, if you have liked my art at my attempt, then make sure to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. If you haven't watched my previous video, then I'll be attaching the link in the description below, so make sure to check it out.